I wanted to try a very unique support Pokemon today, and this is a personal Pokemon that actually is very close to my heart. I'm one of my first VGC teams trying to get back into VGC when I actually streamed my run for the International Challenge before I hated playing VGC for several months because of the International Challenge. I actually used a team built around Zekrom and Lunala, two restricted Pokemon that were fairly unique, and the Pokemon that tied the team together and really made it function was none other than Comfey. And today, I want to try and bring some of that nostalgia back to the channel and try and feature Comfey again, because it has been years since we've used it. If you guys enjoy and want to see more content like this, like and subscribe for more. And with that said, let's start off with the star of today's show being none other than a Tera Steel Triage Comfey. This is a Sitrus berry, and it should overall prove to be a very nice bulky support, with Draining Kiss and Floral Healing being great recovery moves that are boosted by Triage priority to +3. Draining Kiss will be great for keeping this Pokemon alive, and we have Floral Healing to heal a lot of our bulkier partner Pokemon, especially our next pick. And with Trick Room, this should give us a nice out in case if we don't want to go for Tailwind. Since we do have like a Tailwind sort of team, you'll be able to pick up on that really quickly once we go into our next Pokemon. But overall, this proves to be a very bulky support Pokemon, hitting our Phys Def bump with the 236 defense, and then throwing the rest into our other stats, proving to just, again, allow Comfey to be a nightmare. Moving on, we have the Pokemon that will most likely be what Comfey is supporting on this team, being a Tera Fairy Assault Vest Archaludon. I decided to make a deal with the devil for this team, and I'm hoping it pays off. I'm really hoping it pays off here. But this Archaludon should be kind of sick. It's going to take advantage of the Floral Healing very much so. It's probably the best candidate to do that, in fact. With our 36 Modest, we're going to hit our special attack bump here. I have 76 speed to try and creep anything that might be creeping around that Adamant Tyranitar bump, as it's a bump that a lot of the slower dragons, like, for example, Dragonite hit and Raging Bolt will typically hit around there, and I can just try and creep that and Draco Meteor them back. Overall, this proves to be a very obnoxious Pokemon. I threw max HP and then leaned the extra investment into our Spadef because it is our weaker stat, but with the Assault Vest, it's not like I need to completely full load 252 into that. And overall, this will be just a really annoying Pokemon that my opponent will struggle to kill. If I get even one proper boost, I'm kind of just set here. And I can even side Draining Kiss into the Archaludon from Comfey just to get a nice priority hit if I need to ensure I can take a physical attack. Up next, I did mention we have Tailwind, and we're going to bring a Tera Ghost Mental Herb Tornadus. This is the same spread I've been pretty much bringing on all of our Tornadus teams, I'm going to be honest. We have Tailwind, Rain Dance, Bleakwind, and Taunt. Proves to be a great partner for Archaludon, allowing Electro Shot to just deal more damage. We have Bleakwind Storm just being a great option to clear through grasses, especially a Moongus that might put up a lot of pressure against our lead duo so far. And overall, it should be a really useful support on this team in general. Pairing with this, of course, we have Scarfu. Now, I will say this spread did change a little bit. This is the first team I actually changed it on, where I went up to 204 speed, which should allow us a Dragapult creep. I don't know how relevant Dragapult will be on ladder, but seeing as we're still not in Master Ball yet, I wanted to make sure that we are playing around anything that we could be realistically fighting. And Dragapult isn't much faster than we are creeping anyway. And with our 236 attack, we're going to be going for our attack bump here, with the rest going split among our general bulk. With Tera Water, we should deal a lot of damage with the Choice Scarf, especially in the rain, and this should prove to be a very invaluable support piece here. Up next, though, we're going to throw on a Tera Fairy Fluttermane. This didn't change. Unlike our Urshifu, we're still running the same Choice Specs Fluttermane. Now, Icy Wind's great speed control in case I can't go into Tornadus. Moonblast Gleam is just really spammable. Shadow Ball is going to be great at clearing through a lot of different Pokemon in the tier in general, and it's nice as just a neutral option into Pokemon that are Fire typing or Steel typing, especially with Goldengo on the rise after the recent Knoxville Regional, especially with Archaludon just existing and potentially tearing into... I mean, it usually goes for Fairy, but I've seen a little bit of defensive typings like Poison and Steel as like a secondary Tera just to get that Fairy resistance back on a team. And Shadow Ball is just nice for that sort of stuff. It's also great into just a lot of Pokemon in general, like Tera Fire, Chiyu, really just any Tera Fire Pokemon. And overall, it just proves to be a really annoying Pokemon, especially since this team has a lot of physical threats. Finally, though, I did want another special Pokemon on the team. This should be an Archaludon counter since we don't really have one. So we're going to throw on Landorus, a great benefiter from rain, just great benefiter from our team overall. The spread Sandseer is going to be amazing with the rain up, and it will actually hit, which is a truly invaluable thing. I can't believe we fit a team that somehow has my two least favorite Pokemon in Regulation F on it. Truly, I think this is more of a team building miracle than making Comfey work right now. So if you want to try it out yourself and suffer accuracy or just whatever the fuck, the team is going to be on screen here with the paste in the description as well. Let's see you guys in the battle. All right, we're here with our first game of the Comfey team. Now, this one should be pretty terrifying. We have the best Pokemon of all time ever created in history. And we also have an Urshifu-Rapid. So, you know, we're pretty all set here. I think that honestly against this matchup in particular, Archaludon Comfey will definitely be like a really good backline. I don't want to lead it immediately though because of Chiyu Flutter, so instead I'm going to go with Urshifu as the lead, and we'll end off with Comfey Archaludon. I think it's a really strong endgame here. I just need at least one of Chiyu or Fluttermane gone, and even if I can get up like a Rain Dance and then end up going for like Surging Strikes into one of the Pokemon, or even if I have to throw out my Urshifu because I don't know if I'll Tera it. I mean, I probably won't not Tera it. It kind of depends. It kind of depends on the lead. If they lead off with Chi Flutter, I do kind of have to Tera my Urshifu because I didn't respect Flutter Mane as a speed creep, which not my smartest idea in hindsight, but damage was sounding really good. Damage sounded really good, I can't lie. And you need so much speed to safely creep, like, boost your speed Flutter. It is ridiculous how much speed you need for that Pokemon. And, like, Adamant Nature just hits really fucking hard. You kind of do need it in this format. So, yeah, not my smartest moment, but it is what it is. They're going to go with not Chi Flutter. So, we have a viable lead, potentially. Viable lead. This is one of my... Okay, yeah, this is one of my mental herb ones. Perfect. All right. Then, yeah, we get a very free Tailwind here, plus a Surging Strikes into the Moth. The Moth could technically go for, like, a Tera Dragon. I'm not really too concerned with that, personally. Because realistically, I mean, if they're going to go with the Tera Dragon and Frost Moth, if they're really popping a Tera that early just to make the Moth work, then I'm kind of fine with that. It'd be like me saving my Tera for Comfey just to make Comfey get, like, good job brownie points, and Comfey doesn't need it. They're going for the Tera and Frost Moth, that's fine. Tera Water's still going to take a ton of damage from this. Like, I'm certain that's a 2 KO right there with Surging Strikes. They need to be Helmet for this to be any viable of a Tera. They're going to go for Tailwind, so are we, that's fine. I'll go for Rain Dance on the following turn because they're not killing me with Moth no matter what attack they go for. And then Surging Strikes, meanwhile, even if they go for Quiver here, is still going to outpace them. They would have to have some sort of, like, Stun Spore here. Okay, well, shit, that actually takes the hit really well. What the fuck? Okay, maybe Moth might be onto something, I can't lie. I thought this thing had Ice skills for, like, special defense, not some sort of physical version of that. That's kind of insane, though. Okay, not the worst thing in the world, but I'd be lying if I said this was ideal. That's not a huge concern, though. I can potentially go for... So I definitely cannot go for Bleakwind as my counterplay option, that's for sure. I think my counterplay to this might be going for Rain Dance into Surging Strikes. They're definitely not gonna... I mean, I could also Taunt, to be fair. I could Taunt. I'm gonna Rain Dance here, and then I'm gonna Tera Water. I'm gonna lean into the damage. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I didn't Tera Water. That's why I did so little damage. Well, this should probably, like, exponentially increase my damage. It's not gonna double, but it's gonna come, like, really fucking close to double. And then we can probably kill it in 2 more hits, and they can't protect around us, which is great. They also can't immediately take us out either, and even with their +1 in Quiver Dance, they're still not gonna outpace because we're Scarfu. Which explains why we are so weak. We're not Mystic Water, which I'm too used to Mystic Water damage. We're not Tera yet. We don't have the Rain up yet. It's like all these things that just kind of make us really weak. And perfect. So they went for the bait move, Encore. This is why we have Mental Herb on Comfey. It is for this matchup. We've not fought a lot of Whimsicots with our Torn teams in a while, actually. But I'm very glad for this particular instance that we did have it, because this is an instance where it does come into play significantly. Now, I'll probably switch out Tornadus here into the Archaludon because I think it gets me a much better board state. Because Frostmoth will live for another turn. If they go for Quiver now, they will actually outpace us. They could drain my Urshifu. They can actually do a lot. Oh, never mind. They actually don't manage to live. Really goes to show just how much of a difference Rain and Tera Water does make into damage calcs. We probably will not even get to see the Comfey or the Archaludon. So, you know, the best 2 parts of the team right now are just going to sit on the bench. They're not needed yet, that's fair. That's fair. Urshifu is just the opening act, you know. We need the true challenge of Titans to actually force us to bring the star of the show. So they're going to proceed to swap here. Flutter Mane, there we go. Now a Pokemon you need to respect. This is still fine, though. We're going to swap. We are definitely going to swap into Arch here. Archaludon, and then I'm going to go for a Surging Strike with my Rapid Fu. Because Rapid Fu, since they're not booster speed, will still actually outpace this, which is great. I can get off a very free hit. I can take this out. I can pet my cat in the meantime because she's trying to, like, nudge up against my chair. It's currently 5:42 in the morning. She's hungry. But it's not time for her to eat yet, so she can wait a little bit. If I start feeding her at this time now, she's never going to, like, ever cease to eat. Ever. So I need to let her wait until the end of this recording. But that's fine. She can be patient while Urshifu-Rapid just does have to Flutter Mane because of the sun. I hate this so much. This is such an awful Pokemon. I hate Whimsicott. I also hate Urshifu-Rapid. It's not good in this format. I just, it's not bad. It just, holy shit. It is truly a difference in damage this Pokemon has. We're going to proc our stamina, which is great, though. I'm just going to go for Flash Cannon into the Whims here. And then I'll go for Surging Strikes again, because they still can't stop us. Like, until they reveal a way to drop my speed with, like, Cotton Spore or something, they're not going to be able to drop us. They've already revealed Tailwind, Sunny Day, and Encore. I'm not really convinced they have an out for this Pokemon, personally. But that's still fine. That's still very fine. Archaludon's gonna get a really nice attack off into that the Whimsicott. Wrong defensive utility fairy, but either way, I mean, Arch is gonna get off a really strong hit. They're gonna swap here, and they're gonna proceed to bring in Latias. So if this is Helmet Latias, they will actually proc a kill on this, but that's fine because I could actually bring in my Comfey now, which is great. If they're not Helmet though, okay, yeah, so we're gonna get off like a couple more hits, and then if they're going into Whimsicott here for an offensive move, then that's fine. They'll trade my Urshifu for their Whimsicott, which I'm kind of okay with, since Arch does kind of just sit on this team. They're gonna proceed to be, is that Keyberry? Yeah, that's fucking Keyberry. That's kind of sick. I haven't seen that since my fucking Draft League days, back when my good pal Josh used to run that item. What the fuck? That's such a random item to see on the ladder, but I so fuck with that. Especially in an Urshifu meta, you wouldn't think you'd find Keyberry of all things, but it's such a silly item. Okay, you know what? That's super silly. I fuck with that heavy. Okay, so this is kind of fine. Tailwind petered out, so be it. I'm not really too concerned in all honesty. I'm gonna proceed to bring in my, let's see, so I can bring in Tornadus here in all honesty. I feel like Tornadus is a good bring, because then I can proceed to go for the, let's see, so I think my play is to probably go for, so a good Tailwind. Tailwind wouldn't be bad. Arch can definitely take a hit, and I can probably go for like a, like a Draco into their Latias. Yeah, I'm gonna do that actually. I'll go for Tailwind. Because either they're gonna go for Tailwind of their own. If they have Taunt, they'll probably click that. And then, yeah, so they're gonna match by Tailwind. That's perfectly fine. I'm not really too concerned with them matching Tailwind here personally. Because their Latias isn't gonna do a lot of damage to me. Keyberry Latias, it is probably a stored power set, which is great. That is such a great set for me. They're gonna go for Icy Wind here. So this is like a little bit annoying, but the Tailwind was more just for like trying to get an offensive matchup with Torn. So if they're gonna go for such weak moves, I don't even really need to get my offensive matchup with Torn in. Oh, are we gonna really miss a Draco Meteor here? Come on, game, do not do this. Do not do this. Okay, that's fucking great. Okay, so we're gonna go for Draco Meteor, and I'm gonna go for, I'll go for Rain Dance, just in case Wims doesn't go for Encore here. If it goes for Encore, I'm kind of fine with that too, because Whimsicott isn't really going to deal a lot of damage to my team anyway. I think they need to honestly start going for Moonblast and just try and wear down my Arch, or they're going to really suffer when Comfey comes in. So I'm kind of okay with this. Like, if we can get a Brain, great. If we can't, so be it. I'm just kind of trying to force Whimsicott to make unideal moves, which Encore kind of does that anyway, to be fair. It's not the most ideal move, and I'm kind of okay with that. So we're gonna go for Tailwind again. That's whatever. I might just let this Mon go down here. Ooh, they're gonna go for Mist Ball. So that does nothing. Again, they have a very passive Latias here, which I'm okay with. Are we really gonna miss 2 Dracos in a row? What the actual fuck is this? Okay, so I am gonna switch into Comfey here, and then I'm gonna let my Tornadus kind of just trudge on, because I'm not too concerned with taking this. Oh, right, I can only click Tailwind. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to click Tailwind again. If they kill my Torn, great. If not, I'm just going to Floral Healing into that spot as I switch in Arch, and then I'm going to start going for real offensive moves. And by real offensive moves, I mean I'm going to Draining Kiss the fucking Whimsicott so I can get Rain Dance up later. And then I'm going to go for a Flash Cannon into the fucking Latias, because I cannot hit a Draco, apparently. Okay. So they're going to proceed to go for Moonblast here. Moonblast is fine. Comfey still choose that very confidently, and even with the Icy Wind this turn, again, very fine because Comfey has the highest priority on the field, and I will always be able to kill their Whimsicott. So I'm very okay with this. All we need to do is just kind of stop it from doing like Encore bullshit. So we'll go for a Draining Kiss here, and then I'm going to hard swap into my Arch. My Arch should be pretty okay actually at this point in the match, and we can start like really going ham. So I'm going to go for my kill into the Whimsicott at this point, just so I don't get encored into Floral Healing when I don't want to. Not that it's a bad move to be locked into necessarily. I actually think it's a pretty good move if we were to be locked into anything. But like, why not just kill the Whimsicott? Because that frees up Tornadus later if I need to, in case I need to clear the rain. More so just so Fluttermane loses boosts, which is good. Plus, I mean, their Latias isn't really going to deal damage to either of my Pokemon. Like, there's not a world where this thing goes for a kill at this point. Even if it has like a Draco, I don't think it'll kill just because of how weak the Latias has been with other attacks. And again, I don't think that Latias is really going to seek a KO, especially on Tornadus of all things. Yeah, they're going to go for Mist Ball. That's perfectly fine. That's going to deal Jack. And even if they do boost, I mean, honestly, I'm boosted so much at this. Oh, right, never mind. I cleared my boost. Okay, so we do lose Tailwind, but they lose Tailwind as well. It's kind of just whatever, really. Not too concerning. We'll go for Floral Healing, though. Floral Healing should be great. We'll get a nice we'll get a nice just boost. Out of curiosity, perfect. So yeah, Sun is gone. That's great. Yeah, we're gonna Floral Healing into my Arch. And then I'm gonna proceed to go for a Flash Cannon into the Fluttermane, because Fluttermane is the actual Pokemon I'm scared of here. Meanwhile, I'm not really too scared of their Latias. Again, it's kind of just existing at this point, and even if they drop my special attack, Fluttermane is definitely in range of my Flash Cannon. Perfect, okay. So, we now have a healthy Comfey still that is going to proc a Sitrus Berry, and on top of that, we have an Archaludon that will not die to any Latias attack. We're kind of okay with whatever they click here. They're going to go for Icy Wind, so be it. They're not going to kill either of my Pokemon. And even if for some reason one of their Pokemon, well, even if for some reason their Fluttermane survives this turn, the Flash Cannon plus Draining Kiss combination into their 2 will still be very okay. And now that it's just going to be Latias in the field, I can just Draining Kiss plus Flash Cannon until they lose the match. So we're honestly looking pretty good. It was a little bit of a long one, had me going for a bit, but the Comfey is gonna manage to actually pull it out for us. Like it really fucking carried the game on its back, especially against the fucking Whimsicott, which was such an annoying piece when we couldn't hit either of our Draco Meteors. So, you know, Archaludon, I'm so sorry I called you the best mon of all time. You're really not shit. You're absolutely not shit. Like, this Comfey is doing more damage to Latias than you were doing all game to it, and you were clicking Draco Meteor into it without Tera. What the fuck is wrong with you, Archaludon? Genuinely, like this Pokemon fucking sucks. It really does. Like, Comfey at least is kind of, you know, the thing propping it up right now. If anything, Comfey should be the one that's hitting like 20% usage in game. That would also be great for my teams though if Comfey did that instead of Archaludon, because then I would stop losing to Archaludon with every build I go for. So, you know, I would appreciate that actually. Either way though, I mean, my Comfey is just going to kind of Draining Kiss through. Even if they do for some reason find a way to kill my Archaludon here, Comfey Draining Kiss will just nail it. Ooh, okay, they're going to go for a Recover. They're really trying to get the whole ad revenue on this one match, which I'm kind of here for because they can't outstall me. Like, this Flash Cannon does too much, and then Draining Kiss might even just kill at this point. I don't think they have an out. Just to be safe, I'm just going to Electro Shot. Not that it matters a lot, but this is more just because I'm not confident I'm going to hit it. Okay, we kill anyway. I'm not confident I'm going to hit a Draco at this point, and I'd rather just boost my special attack until Flash Cannon could kill. But it looks like Draining Kiss just did it anyway. All right, sweet. So this was a really fucking long game, so we're only going to do one more match today, but we'll see you guys in game number 2. All right, for our final game of the day, we're taking on a Rain Mirror. This one's really heavily in the Dragon Spam, though, so we're going to definitely go with the Fluttermane, and I feel like Fluttermane Tornadus is really good here. We're going to go with Arch, because Arch actually does a lot of work against our team, and then I'll go with Comfey. I think realistically, with the Archaludon Comfey, we can kind of just sustain a method that can hopefully break past the Amoonguss, because it does look a little bit scary against my team. So we'll need to be a little bit concerned. So good luck and fun to my opponent, though. We're going to see what they end up leading off with. I'm going to assume that it's probably going to be most likely Torn Urshifu if it's Scarfed Urshifu. They're going to go with Pelipper Urshifu. That's fine. That's actually very fine, because that just means I can spam Bleakwind plus... no, I'd probably... Yeah, I'd probably just go for Bleakwind and Gleam, yeah. Bleakwind Gleam actually is very free. Holy shit, yeah, I could just do that. Yeah, we're just going to go for Bleakwind and Gleam, because they're not going to be able to dual kill my team. I mean, actually, technically, they could dual kill my team. Yeah, they're going to go for Flutter. That's fine. Okay, fuck. Really? They didn't Tera even? Fuck, okay, then maybe I misplayed. I really thought they would Tera the Urshifu, which is why I didn't go for Tailwind. Bleakwind will still eviscerate that, to be fair. But, damn, okay. We don't actually kill. What the fuck? This Urshifu is insane. What the fuck? Holy shit. Maybe it's just because my Torn is, like, no offensive investment, but I still thought that would kill. Okay, well... That's not great, but to be fair, Comfey can pick this off. We know it's Scarfed, so I'm kind of okay with that. Yeah, we can just go into Comfey here. And then I can probably just go for Comfey plus Bleakwind Storm here. Comfey will definitely get the kill into that Urshifu. And then, yeah, we're going to go for Draining Kiss. And then I'll go for a Bleakwind here. Bleakwind's just going to be for damage, really. If they switch out, that's great, too. They're going to go for Wide Guard. Okay, so they're wasting a turn with Pelipper, at least, which is huge. Meanwhile, their Urshifu is definitely dead, so I can at least clear through the big offensive threat. Big offensive threat is now gone, so I'm okay with that. Meanwhile, they're gonna probably... So I'm gonna guess that Amoonguss will come in here. I mean, Amoonguss would be great at just kind of shutting down the mons I have on the field right now. I'll probably just need a Draining Kiss through their Pelipper, and then going for a Taunt into Pelipper as well, just to stop Wide Guard. They're gonna go into Arch here, meanwhile, which I'm kind of okay with that. It's not the best mon, but it's not the worst either. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Protect here, and then I'm gonna go for a... I think I'm gonna go for a Taunt into Pelipper, yeah. or I can go for a Tailwind of my own, though I do prefer going for Taunt first, just so I can stop them from getting up a Tailwind later on, since theirs is about to end, and I can also stop it from going for a Wide Guard, which will be huge. And I think that will overall net me some more success here than going for Bleakwind at this turn. They're going to go for Electro Shot here. That's going to go right into my Torn, I believe, because otherwise, actually no, they'd still play the animation either way. They're still probably going to go for it in my Torn, realistically, though. I can't see a world where they don't. Yeah, they're just going straight to Torn. Okay, so not the greatest, but it could be a lot worse. We'll still have a very good advantage, in my opinion, against my opponent. And then I can, meanwhile, just go for... trying to think of what I go for here. So I think there's a lot of merit in going for Tera Fairy. The issue being is if they predict that, they can go for Flash Cannon and they're going to kill us. I could potentially go for the Tera, well, the Tera Comfey. Tera Comfey is a nice out to that, to be fair. And it helps a lot with predictions here. Tera Steel Comfey actually could be a good play. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go for that, and I'm going to go for the, I'll go for the Draining Kiss into Pelipper. And then I'm going to go for a Body Press into their Archaludon. As I'm anticipating, they will probably go for a Body Press into... I feel like they don't go for Body Press. I feel like they go for Flash Cannon. I feel like that it is a really obvious Tera Fairy on my end, and I think they're going to play into it. I feel very confident after the Electro Shot, actually, that they're just going to Flash Cannon through my Arch. And if I call that wrong, then I instantly lose the game, but I'm kind of fine with that, because that's just a call on my end. Well, Draining Kiss will go off. That's not going to kill Pelipper, obviously, but I'm kind of okay with it. They're going to Heavy Slam into my Comfey. That is such a good play for us. Meanwhile, this Body Press will hurt. They're going to deal no damage to us with Hurricane, and I can proceed to Draining Kiss the Pelipper on the following turn, which is great. They'll get a Confusion here. Not the best, but it could be a lot worse. Our Body Press should hurt. I mean, that's something at least right there. I think I just need to go for Draco and into that just to make sure that I can kill. We'll Draining Kiss the Pelipper before it can actually get off a real hit. And then I'll go for a... Actually, I could Electro Shot that. And then I can Draining Kiss into the Archaludon, meanwhile. That might actually be a bit better of a play. Yeah, I'll just go for that. That should hopefully help a bit more. They're going to Tera. Tera is fine. I'm not really too concerned with the Tera on whatever Pokemon they go for. They're going to Tera on the Archaludon. Okay, perfect. So they're going to go for Tera Fairy, probably. No, Tera Grass. Okay, Tera Grass is still okay. Still a neutral hit. I still will go for Draco Meteor into that, in all honesty, which is whatever. And then, yeah, so this Draining Kiss will pick off the Pelipper at the very least, as long as we hit. Nope, never mind. We hit ourselves. That is the true intended target of Draining Kiss, is ourselves. Okay, well, alright, never mind. I meant to hit the Archaludon. Well, still, I'm gonna... It's still whatever either way. The Electro Shot will go off into the Pelipper, and I'll probably just Draco the Archaludon on the following turn, which is okay. I'm kind of fine with that. As long as they didn't bring Amoonguss's last mon, I should actually still be good. If Amoonguss came as last mon, I don't know if I beat that anyway. They're going to Body Press me. That will not kill, thankfully, because their Archaludon seems to be fairly weak. So I'm okay with this. This is actually very okay. The question is, though, is what is their last Pokemon? Because this could turn into be kind of a problem. They're going to go into Amoonguss. Okay, Amoonguss is not good. Very not good. We're going to go for a Floral Healing here into my Archaludon. And then I'm going to go for a Flash Cannon into the Amoonguss. My goal is going to be to try and weaken the Amoonguss down before it can take me out. And I can kind of just self-sustain here. I'm going to hope that they just target the Comfey first because it's like my piece to keep the team alive. Because if they do that, I can potentially 1v1 the Amoonguss at this point if I give the Flash Cannon. Yeah, that does half. Don't be Sitrus? No, there's Sitrus. Okay, fuck. I need to go for a Draco now into that. Which Draco does hurt me a lot for the Archaludon, which sucks. But that's fine, that's fine. They're going to go for Body Pressing the Comfey. Oh, yeah, so they're sporing my Arch here. Okay, good play by my opponent. I'm kind of fine with going 1-1 for the day. I think we still put up a valiant effort in the mirror. I think that they just were a little bit more prepared. Unfortunately, this is why you typically do go for the Amoonguss over Comfey. But the Comfey was still a fun pick. Comfey still helped us a lot against the Lottie team. That's a matchup where I don't think Amoonguss would have helped, to be fair. So you know what? I'm kind of okay with this. We got a nice matchup overall. I'll try and hope for the first turn to wake up. I don't think it's going to happen. We need to get really fucking lucky for first turn. And not only that, but I think we need to crit their Arch, which, I mean, it could happen. It could definitely happen, but I don't think it's likely. They'll probably Body Press plus Palm Puff their side, which is really their best win con. Yeah, just Palm Puff and Body Press. Because they don't have to risk misses, they don't have to risk missing, like, just drops in their offense. Like, it just gets them a lot of mileage. They're gonna Palm Puff. Yep, okay, perfectly fine. Yeah, I need to Draco crit them, essentially. Or I could Body Press crit too, to be fair. but Draco Kit will probably do more just because it's actually stab and it's a higher base power move anyway. And also Archaludon has a massive physical defense stat, so we're just gonna hope for Draco Crit. That is our out here. Draco Crit would actually potentially win us the game. Okay. Can we get the Draco Crit? Draco Crit here? Nope. Okay, unfortunate. Yeah, that's gonna be game. Crit would have probably done it since they are most likely Assault Vest. But yeah, they're just gonna go for Dragon Pulse here, and that plus Pollen Puff and a Moongush will definitely do it. Yeah, they're gonna Pollen Puff into my Arch, and then yeah, they'll kill me on the next turn. I would literally need to crit them right now with actually I could just go, yeah, I'll need to crit with Body Press most likely because they're so boosted physically defensively. They're gonna Rage Powder. Good play, good play. Yeah, they definitely win. So GG's to my opponent. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll start wrapping up now because they definitely win. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and if you did and you want to see more content like this, of course, like and subscribe for more. Shout outs to the channel members for just a couple dollars a month to get some nice bonus content. Our current channel members are Mia, Zeke, Rao Sakura, Obo, Endless Gadgets, Josh K, Ultra Player, and Incog. Thank you guys so much for your support. It means a lot. I'm going to see you guys in tomorrow's video where we have a team of all time. Actually, tomorrow's team is kind of silly. I do like tomorrow's team a lot. It's a nice little, it's a goofy team. So we'll see you guys then. Otherwise, peace out, guys.